Hi everyone, happy Sunday. It feels so much like spring here today, and I wanted to take you with me outside to enjoy this incredible sunny day. I wanted to share what I've been considering this week, and I've been very much in my thoughts about relationships these last several weeks. Because as I go deeper and deeper as an observer of my own processes, I realize to what extent we co-create everything that happens in our lives, especially the dance with other people. I've said that before, that we are always co-creating everything in our lives, that we're always responsible, at least in some part, for everything that's happening in our lives. I know it's not a very popular point of view because so many of us are so wounded and so hurt, seemingly at the hands of others. And you know, I've been accused before for blaming the victims, and I have been in a victim mode for most of my life and have observed my mother to be in a victim mode for as long as I remember. And we always think, of course, that we're victims of other people who are acting with us incorrectly, or have hurt us, or have betrayed us. And what I notice in my process, which has been incredible revelation for me in these last several weeks, and I will write, there is an article that's brewing in me on the subject. But what I wanted to say is that I've noticed in myself the incredible woundedness that I carry within me, the wounds that feel much deeper than my own life experience, than my own than this particular life experience. I feel that not only I have inherited all the wounds of my mother, all the wounds of my grandmother, but something even deeper than that. I think so many of us are tapped into the collective woundedness of women, and there is this general mistrust between men and women overall. I feel that as much as I don't doubt my partner's overall goodwill toward me, I think there is just so many unhealed wounds in men and women. There are so many father wounds, there are so many mother wounds in all of us that we just are not even in. When we're relating to each other, we're not even in relationship with each other. We're in relationship with these multi-generational dynamics that don't serve us in any way, and that make it so difficult for us to find common ground and that kind of conscious innocence. This is what I am trying to cultivate in my own life right now. Something that I call conscious innocence, because it's consciously choosing to relate in the present moment, free from anything that happened in the past. How can we be in this moment as we are now, relating to the things and words that are actually being said now, without bringing the very heavy and old baggage with us? Can I take my partner's behavior without interpreting it as something about my worthiness? Can I just take them for what it is, his words for what it is, his actions for what it is, without being in that vigilant, hyper-vigilant stance of looking for disrespect, looking for lack of caring, looking for proof that he doesn't love me the way I need him to love me? if through every conversation that I have with my friends, with my clients, I feel that so many of us are dealing with that same situation, that same dynamic. So many clients come to me saying that they were in a relationship with a narcissist, and that that most of relationship advice today has to do with strategies and boundaries and red flags. And to me, it's just perpetuating that sense of war zone. We're in a war zone in our relationships. We constantly need to, and are advised to perpetuate that hypervigilance where we're constantly waiting for the other to hurt us. And we instill these boundaries, we instill these walls, we're afraid to be vulnerable. And I feel that beautiful relationships require risk. And we can only be willing to take risks if we feel at ease in our own being, in being who we are, in a full acceptance of who we are, allowing that we're not perfect, allowing that we will make mistakes and not everybody will possibly appreciate who we are, but giving ourselves permission to be who we are anyway, regardless of what may or may not happen. Just to be in that kind of self-acceptance and inner abundance, that it's okay to share, that we don't need to hold on to these special parts of who we are, of these vulnerable parts of who we are, our heart, revealing our heart, because it's not dangerous, because we need to really understand where love comes from and that it doesn't come from outside, cultivating that relationship with our own hearts so that we can access that abundance independently of what's happening on the outside, and then come into relationships from that sense of abundance and not being in restriction of our flow of love, of our flow of kindness. This is what I've been testing in my own life, and I must say the results are absolutely overwhelming. And it just confirms my suspicion that people in our relationships are mirrors of our inner terrain, and that when we come in from that point of abundance, we're met with greater abundance, because we will be reflecting, the other people will be reflecting to us our own love and love supply and kindness and abundance. So I hope this makes sense. These are still relatively fresh conclusions, and I'm just trying to have them mature in me so I can put them in words, in writing, but just wanted to share with you because this is what I'm living these last several weeks, and it's absolutely incredible, that realization that everybody in our relationships, although they're co-creative and it is a dance of two or more people, but very often people are just responding to us. So if we can come into the situation in that conscious innocence and not bring the past with us, without the baggage of the past, to be innocent in this present moment, we will start seeing results that are absolutely beyond anything we've imagined. So I wish you abundance. Please experiment with your own largeness and your own opening of your own heart, and dare to express yourself in abundance, and see what happens. And I think it'll blow your mind.